Hello students, in this video we are going to see the next give reasons, the second part of the give reasons, which I will be starting from 21st number. So the 21st give reason from the question bank, which is provided by the Maharashtra board government for 12th standard HSC students for arts and science. So we will be starting with the for 21st one. Agriculture is done on the large scale in India. So we all know that India is an agrarian country. Since ancient time, maximum of the people are engaged in the agriculture. Now why is it so? Because there are some physical factors in India, or the topography or the climate of India, which is very much favorable for the occupation, that is agriculture. Many of the people since ancient times, they are very much engaged in this occupation, so that legacy is carried out through the next generation further. Now there are a lot of advanced technique which are used by Indians to increase the yield. So the techniques like irrigation facilities, greenhouse effect, polyhouse, then the fertilizers, insecticides are also used to get the maximum yield. So this is all about the 21st one. Next is mining is developed in Chota Nagpur Plateau of India. So we all know that Chota Nagpur Plateau is one of the most mining setup which you observe in India. So it is very much rich in a lot of minerals, and so many minerals are found there. So it is rich in mica, bauxite, copper, limestone, iron ore and coal. So because of that, the mining is carried out here. Next is lumbering is developed on large scale in Canada. Now Canada consists of coniferous forest. So coniferous forest has a speciality that it consists of only one species of tree throughout the forest. मतलब एक ही तरीके की ट्री आपको नजर आएगी in the total forest. Okay. Now the next thing in this case is what? The wood which you find in the case of coniferous forest, so that wood is very much soft. This wood can be cut, these trees can be cut down easily, as well as the trees or the wood can be used for construction purpose, for the furniture purpose very conveniently. So because of that, this type of soft wood is basically preferred. So that is found in majority in the Canada. Next, extensive agriculture is a commercial type of agriculture. Now we all know that extensive agriculture is basically carried out on the areas which has high acres of areas, right? So it has a very large farm size, as well as the farm size is more, you require lot of machineries. You cannot take 5 to 6 people and do that agriculture. You cannot carry out that agriculture. So you require lot of pesticides, fertilizers, as well as lot of modern machineries to carry out the commercial agriculture. So this requires lot of capital investment. This also has a special characteristic, that is monoculture. Monoculture means what? One crop throughout the field. Means if the field is having lot of land in the hectares, so only one crop is grown throughout that land. Next is 25th question. Lumbering is practiced more in coniferous region than in tropical region. Now I told you already that coniferous forest has a softwood tree, and the tropical region has the hardwood. So basically the coniferous forest, the trees of softwood can be easily cut down, and they can be used for furniture purpose or for construction purpose. So lumbering is mostly preferred in the case of coniferous region than the tropical region. You can give the names of the trees also, that which trees are found in coniferous forest and which are found in the tropical forest. Next is hunting has been banned. So we all know that hunting has been banned in various countries. It is also banned in India. So you need to write some of the species which are extinct and which are not available now. Okay, so to conserve those species or which are very much extinct in a very small quantity, so to conserve those species and to protect the animals, it is banned. But still there are some undeveloped places, the tribal peoples who do hunting and they are engaged in hunting occupations. So like Bushmen of Kalari Desert, Pygmies of equatorial selvas, Eskimos of tundra. So these are all the tribe peoples which are engaged in hunting. Next is distribution of industries is uneven. Now basically the distribution of industries is totally uneven. Industries also require some specific things, so has to set up their startup over there. Okay, so they require availability of power supply, they require availability of water, they also require availability of raw material nearby them, good transportation facilities. So all these things are very much important. So based on all this scenario, the setup of industry is done. And as India is an agrarian country, so on the basis of the requirement of industry, the industries are set up, and hence they are distributed totally unevenly. Next is iron and steel industries are found in the mineral rich area of Dhanbad. Now Dhanbad is an area which is seen in the Chota Nagpur plateau. Okay, as this area is very much rich in minerals like mica, bauxite and copper, it has rich resources of iron ore and coal. So because of that, the setup of industry is done over there. Now basically for such type of industries, the raw material is very much heavy. It is very much heavy, so it is very difficult to transport it from one place to another place. So for the convenience of that, or to save the cost of transportation of this heavy bulky material, the setup of these industries, the iron and mineral industries, are always done at the location of the minerals found. Next is fruit processing industries are found in Ratnagiri and Sindhudurga district of Konkan region. So we all know that Ratnagiri and Sindhudurga districts are the places which are very much famous for mangoes and other fruits. Even the Ratnagiri has good and tremendous and plenty yields of mangoes which are of export quality, which are exported to other countries also. So these regions also connect the various cities, various marketplaces, and because of that, the industries or the fruit processing industries are found majorly there. Now basically whenever a fruit gets ripen, it has a very small duration of lifespan. So once it is ripen, it takes maximum 15 days is enough. It is very much perishable, it gets rotten easily. So because of that, it should be processed very fast. So for that convenience, the fruit processing industries are basically located at those places also. You can take an example of strawberry. In Mahabaleshwar you have so many companies like Malas, Mapros, Manamas. So all these companies are fruit processing industries where they convert the fruit's pulp into jams, jellies and various other syrups. Next is, what are the major factors which have hindered the growth of industries in South America? So in South America you need to write the physical factors, you need to write the climate. So we all know that there is an Amazon basin which covers that place. So because of that, it has very extreme climate as it comes in the equatorial area. So you have to write all those points. Then there is lack of transportation facilities also, and the related to population distribution here is totally uneven. Okay, so next is, what factors are responsible for non-development of industries in Central Australia? Now in the case of Central Australia, you need to write that it consists of desert. Large amount of area is covered by desert. So what are the deserts found there? Sandy Desert, Great Sandy Desert, Gibson Deserts. Okay, so there is lack of water, there is lack of other road mediums which you can construct over there. So because of that, then climate is very dry, the rainfall is very less, and because of that, the only 3% of total population of Australia live in that place. Next is, tertiary activities include both services and exchange. So we all know that tertiary activities include trade, transportations as well as services. It also includes the communication. It also includes the other things like import and export. Okay, all these things like tourisms also come under the tertiary activity. Next, we have the proportion of airways as means of transportation is increasing. So we all know that airways are increasing day by day. A lot of developed countries prefer airways as their transportation. Why? Because it saves your time. Within a short period of time, you can move from one place to another place. So nowadays there are so many other things, like it is easier to build the roads as well as pipelines where the reliefs are not rigid, but in various cases you can prefer for airways. So for antique pieces or for some perishable goods also the airways are preferred. Next, geographical diversity is responsible for trade to occur. So basically, one country may be rich in iron and the second country may be rich in gold. So both the countries will exchange iron and gold with each other based on their requirement. So because of this, one country has some sufficiency and the other country has some deficiency. So because of this less and more needs, the trade has come into an existence. So because of that, the geographical diversity is responsible for the trade in occurrence. Next, we have regional development is dependent on physical settings. So we all know that a lot of regional development is really dependent on physical setting. If the physical factors are good, definitely the region is going to develop very much nicely. Now if you take an example of physical factor found in desert area, so in the case of desert area, you know that there is no water, there is no proper soil, you cannot cultivate anything. So definitely the people are not going to stay there, and definitely the development will not be there. But if the climate is favorable, you can take an example of Mediterranean region. So the climate is favorable, the rainfall is good, the surface is plain, the soil is fertile. So this is also going to increase the settlement, and if the humans are going to stay there, definitely the development will be more. Next, factors like literacy, poverty affect the regional development. So now this is again the repetitive question. So you need to write how literacy and poverty is going to affect the regional development. And then you have development is not seen in Himalaya region. Abhi Himalaya region, you know that it is totally mountainous area. Then it is covered by snow. It has low temperature. So landslides hote wahan pe. Okay. So it has forest area. So you need to write all these points. Next is human geography is multidisciplinary in nature. So why it is multidisciplinary in nature, that you need to write. After that, you have geography is dynamic in nature. So it is all geography is totally dependent on the observations, right? You need to observe the physical things, human factors, and all the things keeps on changing. There is the change in birth rate, death rate, population, migration. There is the change in climate, weather, rainfall, floods. So every year there is a new challenge. There are new diversities which you find. So because of that, it makes geography total dynamic. Next, geography is dualistic in nature. So we all know that there are two things in the case of geography. The geographers are divided into two factors, like it is possibilism and determinism. So one says that nature dominates man, and the another says that man dominates nature. Means nature is more powerful than man, or man is more powerful than nature. So these are the two sides of the coin. So because of that, it is said that geography is dualistic in nature. So this is all about the geographical reasons of question bank, which is provided by Maharashtra government for 12th standard HSC board students. I hope the explanation was up to the mark. If any query, you can comment me in the comment section. Thank you for watching. Do subscribe the channel.